Okay, that's it. That's your lot. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm sorry I've missed you, and I'm sorry I've taken so long. Only 10 hours.
Geri Halliwell, everybody, a round of applause,
hello.
please.
Hi.
How are you feeling? I mean, you've been to all these countries in a few days.
I know. I tell you what it is. You could get overwhelmed by, tiredness and jet lag. But every time you come to, I was so excited generally to come here. It overwhelms that I think you run on an adrenaline, just excitement. So, don't even talk about tiredness. I'm fine.
This is a great song.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, isn't it? Do we agree?
Oh, thank you. Like, when I wrote that song, I mean, I didn't want to come out with a song straight away, as soon as I left the Spice Girls, because I didn't want to ride off the back of my departure. I'm a great believer in really putting your heart and soul into something. And so I wanted, before I came out with a record, I wanted to get all my bullets in my bag, all my ammunition. And I really write on my own experiences. And that song, Look at Me, is about, I'm laughing at myself, I'm laughing at public image, and the deeper meaning of it is basically we should, respond to each other, as cliched as it sounds. Don't see your colour of your skin or your gender, whether you're Australian, whether you're British, whether you're a journalist, whether you're a father. Look into your eyes, look at me, look at you, let's look at each other on a different level. That's how I respond to you, and it's just a nicer way to operate, it really is.
In the video also, you were involved in the video?
Oh yeah, I mean, everything I do, it always has to come from me. I mean, so it feels true and it feels real. I think that's really important. And what I was trying to do there, I mean, I should have played 10 characters really. I was getting the stereotypes of, the real general stereotypes of women. I think we're all multi-dimensional characters, whether you're a vamp, virgin, we're all lots of things. A man's a father, a lover, a giver, a taker, he's a journalist, he's a disco dancer. We're all lots of different things, and that's what's, and perhaps we're all of them and we're none of them. And that's what that really is about. And it's all done in the best possible taste. I'm laughing at myself. Ginger's still alive. I put her to rest, but she comes back now and then. I can't control her. She's rather naughty.
How different is, apart from the fact there's only one of you, and obviously you can
No, I think there's lots of me inside of me. That's the whole point.
How different is it being a solo artist?
I think, I've got to be really honest with you. When I left the Spice Girls, I really didn't know what I was going to do. And, as I said in the EPK, I did, maybe in the back of my mind, in the pit of my stomach, I wanted to go solo, but I daredn't admit it. I think there's lots of things in life that we secretly want to do, but, too afraid to do it. I think in life we are drawn to what we're afraid of. We have to, conquer our fears. We have mountains to climb, and this was, doing this solo album was my mountain. I had to do it personally. I didn't want to get to being a granny and think, oh, if only I tried it. I'd rather try and fail. I mean, personally, this is an achievement for me. I mean, of course, I want you to love what I've done. I've really tried my hardest, but for me, it's a personal achievement. I didn't even, when I first entered the studio, I've always had although I've had a big input on the writing and the imagery within Spice Girls, I've never sung a whole song before myself. So to actually go and do it was like, a big deal for me. It really was. So, I'm pretty pleased with what I've done.
High expectations, obviously.
Actually, I've had to kind of say, well, I'm starting from scratch. I can't possibly think that I'm going to get 7 #1s like the Spice Girls. I think that was a moment in time. It captured the imaginations of the public. I'm just Geri Halliwell doing my own little mission, and I just hope whether you're a Spice Girl fan, whether you're 5, whether you're 50, I'm 26 years old, I hope women identify with what I've done. I think we're an ageless society where teenagers grow up faster and 30-year-olds are still teenagers. And music shouldn't alienate anybody, whether you're 5 or 50, whatever the sex. And also, I think music should, like art, should operate at lots of levels. If you just want to dance around in your underwear to it, that's fine and entertain you. If you want to read between the lines and there's a message, and there is a message, I never waste a word. I always try and take time with my lyrics. It's there too. Pop music doesn't have to be crap. It can be smart and funny. And I think music for the millennium should be panoramic, should be cinematic, it should be larger than life. It should take you somewhere. And that's what I try to do with this record. Take you to another place, because, it can be a very negative world. So
Let's talk about girl power. How's girl power being manifested in this new phase of your
You know,
career?
I'll put my hand on my heart. When I started when I joined the group, the Spice Girls, I really did believe in girl power, and it really did work for me. And I think, you know, as I've grown up and learnt a lot, I'm just developed into more of a woman power, a real power, where we have to be real about our hopes and our fears. You know, don't be afraid to show your vulnerable side. And I'm not actually. We've all got that in common. We all want the best out of life, but then we're also afraid of certain things. And I think that's the way to operate. No more, you know, bullshit. Let's just, you know, I think that's the way the future is. We should learn from the 80s, enterprise, but then have a 90s conscious and just go into the millennium that way.
Was that a Freudian slip? Did you start the Spice Girls or form them?
No, I came up with a name, but I think it was a 5-piece, so you have it.
How many singles and videos have you got planned in the immediate future?
Well, I think I'm going to have 4 singles out this year, and the album is coming in June. And it's a real up-down roller coaster mood swing it is. I think every woman who suffers from PMT will identify with it. One minute you're on the floor and biting people's heads on, the next minute you're completely manic and over the top.
You've got so much happening. What other side projects? There's a book coming out?
Yes, I wrote a book when I started writing it when I was 16 years old, and it's kind of more about knocking on doors, about anybody, whether you're a fan of mine or not, when you pursue something, it's like chasing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, what it's like to actually get there and actually achieve it. And it's kind of an insight to the music industry. And I've had so many jobs before I started the Spice Girls. Then, you know, so it's kind of showing the way there. It's kind of like a 21st century folk tale, it is.
Any artists, any other artists that you plan to work with?
Let me say, I think, you know, as much as I'd love to, I would have liked to have done one with Frank Sinatra, but I'm a little bit late. So I think, you know, at the moment, I think it's quite important just, you know, to show me as who I am at the moment and not hide behind anybody else. Just, you know, show who Geri Halliwell is. Maybe in the future, if anybody would want to sing with me, I don't know.
You could do a Natalie Cole thing, Natalie Nat King Cole thing, you know.
Oh,
Frank
yeah,
and,
you never know.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we've got a lady here from Today FM who's won the competition to ask Geri a question. Her name is Claire, and she's from Today FM. She's a competition winner. Give her a round of applause, folks.
Hi. Congratulations.
Claire, Geri.
Why did you choose Australia to launch your single?
You know, Phileas Fogg, he went round the world in 80 days, and this is the millennium, and so I went round the world in 8. And I was trying to show actually the world is a small place, and every place counts, whether it's Timbuktu, whether it's Australia. I think, you know, I was just trying to reflect that. You're all important to me, not just where my home, you know, country. You all are. You know, I want to love I want you to love what I've done, and I think it's really important, you know, to see you, to see who I am as an artist now. So, there you go. I hope that's okay.
Good question, Claire.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Well done, Claire. In fact, I couldn't see all the video through there, but was that bit of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in the video clip, or some other bridge?
Oh, that was in Prague.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
The old Prague...
No, it was Sydney Harbour Bridge, of course. But you know what? I think, you know, Australia I think it is the country of the millennium. You've got so much enterprise here and really young people full of promise. I think you should be really proud as a country. I think that's how you get to know Australia. I mean, I've only been here twice for like literally 2 days, and all the Australians that I've met are so full of promise. I think you should feel very, very proud. So I thought I'd just tell you that in case you've forgotten.
Question from the floor, please. Yeah.
Hello.
Just wanted to ask you about your relationship with George Michael. How supportive has he been since you went solo?
Okay, I'll talk about my relationship with George and I. You've got to understand, when I was a little girl, I thought I was going to marry George Michael. And I still did it up until about 2 years ago. And
what did George think about that?
well, we became friends instead, which was, you know, second best, and that's great. And I have to say, when I left the Spice Girls, I was living abroad. I didn't really have anybody, you know, where to live, and I was very lonely. And he said, come and stay with me for a few days, and I stayed 3 months. So beware if you ever invite me over. And so he was just an angel to me. I was running around like a headless chicken. Can you imagine leaving that group, going into nothing? So he was very supportive. I play my records. You know, he likes to look at me. You know, and he's a real perfectionist, and he gives me constructive criticism, which sometimes I don't listen to. And you know, he's a very good friend. It's not really a celebrity relationship. He comes from the same place as I. We both lost a parent, you know, so he's a lovely man. He really is. You're welcome. Hello.
Hi.
Oh.
Shelley Horton from Entertainment Tonight.
Hi.
I'm just wondering, are you worried about criticisms of your album if it's come so much from the heart?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I've been an absolute liar to say that I don't care what you think. Of course I do. It's like, it doesn't matter whether it's the media or it's your friend or your next door neighbour. If you create something and it's that honest and it's from you, of course I want you to like it. You know, and it's going to hurt if some people don't. But, on the other hand, you've got to, as you grow up in life, you realise that not everybody likes you, and you don't have to like everybody. I might read a review and go, oh God, and hide under the bed for a day, but then life goes on. You know, I've tried my best. I know I'm not Celine Dion, but what I am is I have passion, and oh dear, don't let Celine hear that. You know, I have passion. I want to communicate with you. I think we all want the same thing. We want to be celebrated as individuals, but we want to be connected. You know, I feel this. Do you feel that? And also in life, when you're at school, at college, you know, there's certain people, the head of the, you know, netball team or the drama student, they have, you know, the most guys chasing after them, and, you know, they're the top of their field. And then there's others that don't quite fit in, are kind of the witnesses. And instead, like me, I turned to music and literature. They became my friends instead. And I think that's so inspiring for people that actually, you know, given 10 years later, the ones that were the peak at the school, they stayed there and the rest excel, which is, I think, which is a very inspiring thing. Music is such a great communicator. It really is, wherever you're from. And that's what, you know, I'm trying to do.
Hi Geri,
Hello.
From Channel V.
I'm
just wondering if they were to do a dramatisation movie about the Spice Girls, which actress you would like to play Ginger?
I think it would have to be a drag queen, wouldn't it? We'd have to get RuPaul, someone like that. We'd find a fab drag queen here in Sydney, wouldn't we? There's heaps. We'll find one. We'll audition.
Yeah.
What a fantastic dress! I love it. Boy, that's great.
About 10 seconds, I believe. So,
4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Oh, we're too early.
Bit of an intro. I am.
Hang on.
Oh,
I'm hiding in because I'm chatting to Geri right now, and she's just saying how much she loved my frock.
Yes, I do indeed, and it's great to be here in such a room full of warm people. I have to say, you're the most unhostile bunch of press I've ever met. Very warm.
Give them time.
Very warm and friendly here
Yes,
in Australia.
and if I'm ever nervous, I will just imagine you all naked. So, tip for you all.
I am, I think. Geri, you've changed your look quite a bit since the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Did they force you into dressing like this?
No, I mean, actually, you know, I dressed with platform shoes since I was 18 years old. It's something that was very much part of me. But, you know, I'm 26 now. It's naturally that you evolve into... We all go through different changes. I just wear what you feel. I mean, it's amazing how we're a world where we're obsessed with the colour of fabric. You know, I think, as cliched as it sounds, it's what you wear. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. It's all about attitude. I really believe that. You know, you can be sexy in a bin liner or in a Union Jack dress.
Thank you, darling, thank you. Now, your new song's called Look at Me. Is that about you?
No, well, of course, on one hand it is about me, but then again, it's about look at you, look at us, look at each other. Let's respond to each other at a deep, call me an old hippie, but, you know, let's look at each other on a deeper level. I think that's, and whether you're gay, whether you're black, whatever, let's look past that. That's what it's really about.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at myself.